Second trimester. Development of the baby. The eyelids are formed and the baby responds to light. A soft fine hair called lanugo covers the body. The external genitalia is clearly distinguished. Mama starts to feel kicks more often as baby's reflexes strengthen. Baby hearing is well developed by the end of this trimester. And the baby is about 10 inches long and weighs about 1.5 pounds by the end of the second trimester. Now, things in mama that's changing. The pregnancy is quite visible usually by the end of the second trimester, and weight gain is around 10 to 12 pounds. I really don't focus on what textbook says about weight gain, but it is good to know what is the normal range. Every woman is different. Dark blotches may occur on the cheeks, forehead, and nose of mom due to hormones. The discomfort of early pregnancy. Pregnancies are normally lessened by this time, so they call this the happy time of pregnancy, the cute time, if you will, of pregnancy, when you're not as sick in most cases, and you can kind of just enjoy what's happening to your body. Mothers often have more energy. Exercise aids in good health also. So this is a time when you might want to incorporate a little more activity. If you are already active, it's good. I always tell moms, if you were active before you got pregnant, don't stop being active just because you're pregnant thinking you're in such a fragile state. Let me stop. Unless your body starts to show you signs that you're not tolerating it well, continue doing what you were doing. Obviously, it was good enough to get you pregnant. So it'll help when staying active. Now, if you weren't active before, increasing activity is always good to stay healthy, but don't try to run a marathon, and try to get extra healthy, when you're pregnant, if your body's not used to that. It can potentially be detrimental. So just kind of gauge it and slowly incorporate certain exercises that you can handle. Third trimester. Development of baby. So the baby gains weight more rapidly now in the third trimester in preparation for birth. The lung maturity occurs along with the immune system. So this is the very last thing to develop in baby is the lungs and the surfactant in the lungs, which is the fluid that keeps the lungs from sticking together. This is the very last thing that develops in baby. There's approximately 2 pints of amniotic fluid normally, and the baby's brain continues to develop with major changes from 35 to 40 weeks. So let's go back to the lungs. So this is something that I tell parents why, it might not be a good idea to induce. And I give them information that the information that even 3 days before babies due, few days before babies due, if the baby is not ready, they are more susceptible to skin allergies, food allergies, and things of that such if they're born too early. And that is evidence-based. So my thing is, if we can just give that gestational time and we can be sure if they have these things, it might have been hereditary. It might have been just something, but you don't want that in the back of your mind, the shoulda, coulda, woulda, if your baby is subjected to this stuff, especially if you find out later on that you weren't told, and you didn't really have to induce. Nothing was wrong. You just chose to because you wanted the baby there, but you didn't know any better. So I like giving them every bit of the information so they can make informed decisions. And it helps mom at the end who's tired of being freaking pregnant and wants her body back and wants to meet her baby. It helps her fight that urge when she knows, well, I only have about a week or so left to go. I'm not going to be pregnant forever. And I know I would rather know for sure that my baby was completely ready to enter this world. So I guess I will kind of suck it up and just occupy my time with something else, and sometimes it's me on the phone with them like, what are you doing? I had this one mom a month ago, and I thank God to just be able to see how a doula can impact the process of birth. It's because she calls me every couple days and she's like, went to the doctor and they said, I was only 4 centimeters and I'm 40 weeks. I'm going to be pregnant with this baby for another month. And I'm like, oh, no, you're not, honey. And I said, you're 4 centimeters and you're 80% of face. She was like, I'm going to be pregnant forever. And I was like, no, honestly, let's look at this in perspective here. Your body is already changing without you being in active labor. I was like, so if it's already changing without you being in pain, then why wouldn't you want it to go as long as possible and change on its own? You may only have 5 centimeters left to go when you actually hit active labor. And I was like, how will that not shorten your time in labor? Your body's already showing you that you're ready. Someone to talk logic, sense, just look at the whole picture here, outside of the doctor's office. Dude, all you're doing is sitting at home right now waiting for baby. Occupy your time and like, you can be thankful, like, hey, your body's giving you a gift. This is what I wish I would have known. I went to the hospital 6 centimeters and didn't know. I was in no pain. No pain, 6 centimeters. And they were like, your contractions aren't going quick enough. Let's go ahead and give you some Pitocin just to speed things up, shall we? Oh, pain came. And then I was already almost complete by the time I wanted an epidural. But guess what? That epidural that they gave me twice because they messed up the first time didn't take. I wonder why. Because there's a head pressing on every nerve in my pelvis right now, and that's how I found out I can do it natural. I could have did all this by myself without you poking and doing all. And I came to the hospital almost halfway, more than halfway done.